Hi, everyone. Let's talk about TNA Impact from July 23rd. Let's talk about it, guys. So we had Moose and Elijah taking on AJ Francis and Frankie Kazarian in a tag match, which was pretty good, guys. And AJ Francis and Frankie Kazarian defeated Moose and Elijah, but let's talk about it anyways. So Elijah and Frankie Kazarian start this match off, and Elijah flats Frankie Kazarian to the canvas and focuses him into walk with Elijah, and then tags are made, and Moose meets AJ Francis in the ring, and Moose levels AJ Francis before he tags in Elijah. And Francis sends Elijah across the ring, and a expression strips up Elijah. Then AJ Francis slams into Elijah with Tennessee whiskey. And then Frankie Kazarian goes for a cover, and Elijah kicks out. And Frankie Kazarian sets up for the chicken swing, and Elijah offenses it and counters Frankie Kazarian with a knee strike. Then Elijah uses the space he creates to get a tag onto Moose. Then Moose charges into Frankie Kazarian into the corner and then dives him down with an Inzanari and then crashes him with a suicide. Then AJ Francis attacks Moose from behind, and then Moose sends him over the top. And then Moose follows suit, and Moose climbs back into the ring and goes for a spear. But Frankie Kazarian counters with a knee strike, then follows it up with a backstabber and a leg drop off the ropes, and then goes for a cover, and Moose kicks out at 2. Then AJ Francis looks for a down payment. Then Moose befriends it and shoves him into Kazarian. Then Elijah meets AJ Francis into the corner and sets up AJ Francis to walk with Elijah, and an expression shakes the ropes behind the ref's back, and Francis drives down Elijah with cash out to the victory and wins with a cash out, and that's what happened. And that's how AJ Francis and Frankie Kazarian defeated Moose and Elijah in a tag match, which was a very good match. I liked it. Then a person slides into the ring to attack Elijah from behind with a guitar. The Moose disarms him and headbutts him, and then Elijah drives him down with the Highwayman farewell. Then TNA International Champion Mustafa Ali stands backstage with Order 4 as the TNT roster votes to rescind his next challenger, and the rules are simple. Anyone on the active roster can vote. Each person gets one vote, and no one can vote for themselves, which I'll tell you guys. The new international champion is Jason Hutch. Jason Hutch, man. I'm happy for Jason Hutch, man. Give it up to Jason Hutch, man. I'm telling you. Give it up for that guy. So, yeah, guys, which we'll talk about that here later on, about that episode from this past Thursday. Then we had Alina Black fences Whitney Chu in the first round knockouts television championship tournament, which I thought this match was good in my opinion. I know a lot of people will say, oh, it was bad or whatever, but this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, that's my opinion on it. But yeah, I can't wait for this TNA knockouts title. Who's going to win it? I just can't wait. Who's going to win that belt? So yes, guys. So let's talk about the bell rings, and Alina Black flips Winnie Chu to the canvas, and Winnie Chu fires back and flips Alina Black into the canvas, and Winnie Chu locks Black in a slide headlock, and she breaks out, and Winnie Chu rolls her up for a cover, but Black kicks out at 2, and Winnie Chu connects a drop kick and goes for another cover, and Black kicks out, and Alina rolls out of the ring and sits on the edge of an apron, and Winnie Chu tries to attack her from behind. Alina answers by pulling Winnie Chu onto the ropes, and she tumbles out of the ring, and Alina Black slams Winnie Chu's head into the edge of the apron, and she rolls Chu back into the ring and double stomps into Chu's spine. Then Alina Black charges at Winnie Chu with a back elbow strike, and Winnie Chu offenses it and rolls her up for a pin ascent. And Black kicks out and levels Winnie Chu to the canvas, and Alina Black goes for a cover onto her, and then Winnie Chu kicks out at 2. Then Alina Black locks her in a chokehold, and when Winnie Chu breaks free and she slams Winnie Chu down, and then Black connects the back elbow strike into Winnie Chu's spine, then goes for a cover and she kicks out. Then Black slams into her with a knee strike in the corner and goes for a cover. And Winnie Chu kicks out at 2. Then Winnie Chu fires back with a several strikes and slams Black to the canvas twice, and then dives her down, and Black with Black with a lariat, then slams into her and connects with a kick to Alina's jaw, then slams her down. Alina Black with the choo-choo neck breaker and goes for a cover, and Alina Black kicks out at 2. Then Winnie Chu sets up for the fellow Nelson slam, and Alina Black offenses it, and Alina Black sets up Chu for a black out, and Winnie Chu offenses it, and Alina Black gets slowed up on the turnbuckle, and Winnie Chu drops her with a DDT and she goes for a cover, and Alina Black kicks out. Then Alina Black dives a knee strike into her, and then slams her down with a belly to belly for a cover. Then Winnie Chu kicks out. Then Alina Black connects a black out. And then Winnie Chu rolls out of the ring, and Alina climbs to the top turnbuckle, and Winnie Chu rolls back into the ring and meets her up top, and Winnie Chu connects on the uppercut and duplexes her from the top rope, and the bell rings, and has since the time limit. And that's what happened right there, guys, which I thought was good. Even though it ended in a time limit, I really enjoyed it, but I wish there was a winner, but I still enjoyed it. I wish there was a winner, though. That's the only problem in that match. It was really good, but that was the only problem, in my opinion. So, yes, guys, Alina Black and them ended in a time draw, resulted both being eliminated. So both of them them are eliminated and stuff, guys. And that's what happened right there. Both of them got eliminated. And that's what happened there. Then the TNA Knockouts World Champion, Xia Brookside, attacks Alina Black after the match, and she drags Alina out of the ring and slams her into the steel steps, and Winnie Chu tries to run interference, and Xia Brookside attacks Winnie Chu from behind, which that was amazing work from Xia Brookside, in my opinion. Great work right there. Then Rosemary and Rosemary and Rosemary and Ali put their votes, followed by Rick Swann and Ryan Nemeth in the TNA X Division. The X Division champion Cedric Alexander also cased his vote, and little more Bersuns John Skyler. And that's what happened right there, guys. Then we had the System. The System hit the Impact Zone after Bear Branson's victory against Ricky Soa in the TNA X Division champion. Cedric Alexander retained his title against Giovanni Vince. I call him by his old name. And Brian Myers promised that the domination of the System will always remain the same. And Eddie Edwards concerns that the System as TNA wrestling quality control, and he hypes up his Ride or Die and Alicia Edwards for their upcoming match. Then Ricky Show interrupts him and persists on his loss last week against Bear Branson, and he's confident that the reason he lost is because of Brian Myers' interference, and Edwards fires back with the fact that Ricky Soa refused to join the System, and then Leon Slater joins Ricky Soa on the ramp and states that he has Ricky Soa's back, and Leon Slater promised a match against them right now in a tag match, and Edwards promised that he will talk to the director of operations, Daryl Ray, for the match the following next week. Then Director of Operation Daryl Ray announces the TNA International Champion number one contender is Jason Hutch, and TNA International Champion Mustafa Ali sends Hutch to chase down Daryl Ray. Then we had BDE versus Mr. Elegance, which This was good, guys. Let's talk about it. Even though Mr. Elegance won this match, let's talk about it though. BTE lands a flurry of elbows and kicks to Mr. Elegance, and he drop kicks Mr. Elegance and goes for a slip cutter, and Mr. Elegance offenses it, and Mr. Elegance drives his knee into BTE's midsection and straps him throats first against the ropes, and he hits up BTE, and BTE offenses it and connects two Superman forearms into Mr. Elegance and crashes him with a flip cutter, and BTE goes for a cover, and Mr. Elegance cuts out, also again kicks out, also again kicks out. Mr. Elegance kicks out. Then Mr. Elegance enters with a huge left hook and dives him down with a double knee into BTE's chest, and he goes for a cover, and BTE kicks out, and BTE fires back with a double knee and climbs into the top rope and crashes down with a splash and goes for a cover, and M by Elegance puts Mr. Elegance's foot on the bottom rope. Then BTE BTE grabs George Iceman from behind, and Mr. Elegance senses the opportunity and grabs BTE and drives him down with the excuse most also again the excuse mole to for the win, and that's how he won with the excuse mole, and that's how Mr. Elegance defeated BTE with Mr. Elegance with the but also again Mr. Elegance with the Elegance brand and BTE with Rick Swan, and that's what happened right there, guys. And then Atlanta Black is in convalescence after being attacked by TNA Knockouts World Champion Sia Brookside earlier in the night. Then TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth wants everyone to know he is in incredible condition. Then Moose is consistently in amphetamine after suffering his hip from his tag team match earlier in the night. Sorry about that, guys. So Moose is successfully in a sense after favoring his hip. The TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth is in perfect condition to take on Casey Navarro for the TNA World Championship later in the night. Then we had the Righteous taking on the Hardys in the Hardys compound. This was pretty good. This was really good. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it, man. This is wicked stuff. I love this stuff, man. Let's talk about it. The Righteous make their way to the Hardy's compound, and Vincent climbs everything bloom better with a bit of sunshine. Then Jeff Hardy awakens from a premonition that the Righteous has arrived and needs to present Senior Spencer to the Dome of Deletion, and the Righteous and the Hardys meet face to face, and Matt Hardy and Dutch trade blows. Meanwhile, Vincent and Jeff Hardy throw blows. Then Dutch slams Matt's face off the edge of a boat, and Jeff Hardy rushes into his aid. And then Vincent slams the handle of a shovel, also again, a shovel into the Hardys, and the Righteous pick up the boat and slams it into the Hardys, and the Hardys teleport to the ring, and the Righteous follow suit, and the Righteous slide into the ring to meet the Hardys, and they start trading blows, also again trading blows, and Dutch power slams Matt Hardy into the corner, and Matt offenses it, and Matt Hardy drops Vincent with the twist of fate. Then Matt drops Dutch with two twist of feints and goes for a cover, and Dutch kicks out, and Dutch answers by slamming down Matt Hardy with a death walk onto the outside of the ring. Then Dutch rains down, blows onto Matt. Then Matt fires back using his own shoe. Then Dutch sends Matt face first into the steel post. Meanwhile, Vincent and Jeff continue to trade blows outside. Then Matt Hardy sends Dutch into the pool. Then Matt Hardy sends Hardys to attack Dutch into the ring, and Matt Hardy is left standing over the Righteous, and that's what happened right there, guys. And then Dutch covers the mystery of Willow Way before serving into the pool. Meanwhile, Vincent and Jeff continue the trade blows, and Vincent sets up into a firework at Jeff and Matt. Hardy and since Dutch charging at the Hardys to pursue Vincent and pulls out an occurrence of deli of the valley, and fireworks are set off by both the Hardys and the Righteous. And then Dutch and Vincent are ready to finish this and try to feed Jeff Hardy a sense of the valley again. And then Matt Hardy or Vince, and then they force Matt Hardy to consume inside, and Dutch and Vincent toss the Hardys into the lake. And when they sense Jeff Hardy has been reborn, and they attack the Righteous, and Jeff Hardy climbs to the top of a bulldozer and suicide bomb from the top of it, and then sends both Vincent and Dutch through the table, and that's how they won. And I'll say it again: the bulldozer and a suicide bomb from the top on to sent both Vincent and Dutch through the table, and that's how they won. And that's how the Hardys cleans the Righteous. Then Leon Slater stops Hutch from going to Doray, and she swears that it's his time and that he deserves this title shot against the TNA International Champion Mustafa Ali before he knocks on Doray's door and receives a phone call. Then we had this match. Jetta Stones fences Alicia Edwards for, the tournament, the Knockouts TV tournament in the first round. Let's talk about it, guys. Which I thought this was a good match between both women, and Jenna Stones picking up the win. Let's talk about it, guys. The final match of the first round of the Knockouts Television Championship tournament is official underway, and Alicia slams Jenna Stones face first into the canvas, and Stones enters by flipping Alicia into the canvas, and she charges at her in the corner and flips her into the canvas and crushes her with a moonsault, and Alicia Edwards rolls out of the ring, and Stones knocks her into Eddie Edwards, and who catches Alicia, and Stones whips out Eddie Edwards onto the outside, and Alicia attacks him from behind. Then she rolls Stones back into the ring and goes for a cover, and Stone kicks out at one, and Alicia whips Stone's hair around the rope for 4 count, and then sends Stones Stone across the ring, and Jenna Stones fires up a clothesline at Alicia Edwards twice, and then drop kicks Alicia and climbs to the top rope to crush her with a split ligand moonsault and goes for a cover, and Alicia kicks out at 2, and Alicia drops her with a last lush for a cover. Then Stones kicks out at 2. Then Jenna Stones lands a big kick to Alicia, then sets up for a back head spring, and Eddie Edwards gets involved, and Alicia tries to hook Stones, and Jenna rolls up for a surprise pin, and that's how she won and defeated Alicia Edwards. And then after the match, Alicia Edwards continues to attack Jenna Stones and fires back, standing up for herself, and Eddie Edwards pulls Alicia to safety, and then Jason Hutch sets up with the TNA International Champion Mustafa Ali in order for, and Hutch agrees that he deserves the shot not just for himself but for his family. Then we have the main event. Casey Navarro fences Nick Nemeth, which was a good match, guys. Let's talk about it. And Nick Nemeth retained the title, and he faced Jeff Hardy this past week as well. We'll talk about that in a bit. And so yes, guys. So the main event for the evening is officially underway. The bell rings, and Nemeth slams Casey, and Casey enters with a super kick and goes for a 3 back-to-back cover. And Nick Nemeth kicks out of them and enters with a back elbow. Then they trade blows, and Nick Nemeth kicks Casey Navarro. The Sicily repairs knee, and Nick Nemeth locks into the corner and rains down blows on him. And Casey takes down Nick Nemeth and crushing him into him with a splash, and then goes for a cover. And Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2. Then Nick Nemeth rolls out of the ring, and Casey dives through the ropes to level him onto the outside, and he rolls up Nick Nemeth and back into the ring and climbs to the rope and crushes into. He goes for a cover, and Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2, and Nick Nemeth rolls out of the ring, and Casey dives through the ropes and levels him onto the outside, and he rolls Nick Nemeth back inside the ring and climbs to the top rope and crushes him with a frog splash and goes for a cover, and Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2. Then Casey sets up for the 305, and Nick Nemeth counters with a neck breaker through the ropes, and Nick Nemeth drop kicks Casey through the outside, and then the 10 count starts. Then Nick Nemeth rolls to the outside and slams Casey face first into the edge of the ring, and Casey enters with a kick to the midsection and slams Nick Nemeth's head first off the edge of the ring. Then Nick Nemeth rolls back into the ring, and Casey falls. Nick Nemeth step Casey midsection twice and drops him into the canvas and drives into him with a shot to the heart, and then goes for a cover, and Casey kicks out. Then Nick Nemeth locks Casey into a chokehold, and Casey bridged out and goes for a surprise pin, and then Nick Nemeth kicks out and he slams a back elbow into Casey and follows it with another shot to the heart and goes for another cover, and Casey kicks out at 2. Then Nick Nemeth charges at Casey in the corner, and Casey offenses it, and Nick Nemeth collides with the turnbuckle, and Casey dives down Casey with a satellite DDT and goes for a cover, and Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2 and goes for a blessing and discus, and Nick Nemeth offenses it, and Casey ascends a super kick, and Casey goes for a cover. Then Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2 and sends Casey shoulder first into the steel post and goes for the cover, and Casey Navarro kicks out, and Casey Navarro catches Nick Nemeth, slams him down with a power bomb and goes for a cover, and Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2. Then Casey, then I'll say it again. And rolls through for a pin, and Casey Navarro kicks out and drops Nick Nemeth with a famouser and goes for a pin, and Nick Nemeth kicks out. Nick Nemeth super kicks Casey Navarro and goes for a cover, and Casey Navarro kicks out at 2. Then Casey Navarro drop kicks Nick Nemeth's spine, then slams into him with a 305, then drops Nick Nemeth down with a code red, and then Casey Navarro goes for a cover, and Nick Nemeth kicks out at 2. Then Casey Navarro sets up for another blessing adjustments, and Nick Nemeth counters with the danger zone for the win, and that's how Nick Nemeth retained the title with the danger zone. And I gave this show a 7 out of 10, guys. So yes, that's all I have to say. So yes, guys, I gave this show a 7. And that's all I have to say. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys. And peace out and take care and much love. And this is CJD 2006 and much love.